The First Gulf War, which occurred from 1990 to 1991, was a major conflict triggered by Iraq's invasion of Kuwait. This article provides an overview of the First Gulf War, its causes, key events, and its impact on the countries involved and the wider international community. Causes of the conflict. The First Gulf War had several underlying causes. Iraq's claim over Kuwait. Iraq, under the leadership of President Saddam Hussein, claimed historical, territorial, and economic rights over Kuwait. Iraq accused Kuwait of exceeding oil production quotas and engaging in economic warfare, prompting the invasion. Economic and oil-related factors. Iraq's economy was severely weakened by the Iran-Iraq War, and Saddam Hussein saw Kuwait's wealth and oil reserves as vital to stabilize Iraq's financial situation. Control over Kuwait's oil fields was a significant motivator for the invasion. Regional power struggles. The Gulf region experienced long-standing power rivalries among its countries. Iraq's invasion of Kuwait threatened the balance of power and regional stability, prompting international concern and intervention. Key events of the war. The First Gulf War was marked by several significant events. Invasion of Kuwait. In August 1990, Iraq launched a full-scale invasion of Kuwait, quickly capturing the country and declaring it as Iraq's 19th province. The invasion was met with international condemnation and sparked immediate calls for intervention. On sanctions and diplomatic efforts, the United Nations Security Council swiftly condemned Iraq's actions and imposed economic sanctions on Iraq, calling for its immediate withdrawal from Kuwait. Diplomatic efforts were made to resolve the crisis peacefully. Coalition building and Operation Desert Storm, a multinational coalition led by the United States, was formed to enforce UN resolutions and liberate Kuwait. In January 1991, the coalition launched Operation Desert Storm, a massive air campaign followed by a ground offensive targeting Iraqi military forces in Kuwait and Iraq. Liberation of Kuwait and ceasefire. The coalition forces successfully liberated Kuwait by February 1991, pushing back the Iraqi forces and driving them out of Kuwaiti territory. On February 28, 1991, a ceasefire was declared, ending the active hostilities of the war. Consequences and lasting impact. The First Gulf War had significant consequences for the countries involved and the wider international community. Kuwait's restoration and reconstruction. Kuwait was liberated and its government was reinstated. The country faced the enormous task of rebuilding its infrastructure, economy, and institutions, which were severely damaged during the invasion. Humanitarian crisis and environmental damage. The war resulted in a significant humanitarian crisis, with Kuwaiti citizens and foreign workers subjected to human rights abuses by Iraqi forces. Additionally, the deliberate release of oil into the Persian Gulf by Iraq caused extensive environmental damage to marine ecosystems. Continued sanctions and international relations. Economic sanctions imposed on Iraq remained in place, impacting its economy and the livelihoods of its citizens. The war also strained Iraq's relations with the international community, leading to its further isolation. Lessons learned and military strategies. The First Gulf War highlighted the effectiveness of air power and coalition-based military operations. It influenced military doctrines and strategies, shaping subsequent conflicts and interventions. Ongoing regional tensions. The war intensified regional tensions and power dynamics in the Middle East. It had a lasting impact on Iraq's relationship with neighboring countries, including Iran, and contributed to the complexities of the region's geopolitical landscape. The First Gulf War was a significant conflict that arose from Iraq's invasion of Kuwait. It resulted in the liberation of Kuwait and the establishment of a multinational coalition to restore peace.